Hello, in this video we're going to build a track using only the Expert Sleepers range of analog modules as sound sources. We'll do this by controlling them from an Elektron Digitakt with an FH-2 MIDI to CV converter and sampling the sounds into the Digitakt as well. Let's start with the kick drum. We've configured the FH-2 to output a gate on channel 2. We can control the length of this gate from the Digitakt to produce triggers of different lengths. We'll patch this into Pandora, switched into low mode, which is ideal for drum synthesis. We'll do the same with a second channel and a slightly shorter trigger, which will attenuate and send into Pandora's beta input. This results in a pleasing 808 style kick sound. Finally, we'll take a copy of the first trigger and generate a short attenuated envelope with Amelia into Pandora's feedback input to complete the sound. That's our kick drum, ready to be sampled. Now on to our snare. We'll take the first trigger and ping Ivo, which is a filter, here in 2-pole mode. We'll send the output into a mixer. This will create the body of our snare sound. We'll patch our second trigger into Amelia for a short envelope that we'll use to open Persephone, the VCA. Using Sicily, our fuzz module, and Persephone together at high gains will create a noise source that we can mix with our other sound. Ready to sample. We'll make the hi-hats in a similar way. First we'll repeat our noise trick using Sicily and Persephone, the short envelope again coming from Amelia. But we'll send the noise via Pandora to filter it and to add resonance. A bit of tweaking, and then we'll mix in a high-pitched sine wave from Lorelei, the VCO. We'll sample this as a closed hat. And we can make an open hat with a few tweaks. Now onto a Percussive FM loop. We'll use Aloysius as our amplitude envelope, with the first sine output of Lorelei as our sound source. We'll use an attenuated output of Ottilie, the LFO, to modulate Lorelei's pitch. And here is where the FM comes in, using Ivo and self-oscillation as the FM modulator. We'll use another Ottilie output to modulate Ivo's cutoff. And now we'll send all this through Beatrix, the phaser, with yet another Ottilie output controlling the frequency. We'll use Pandora's high-pass filter to tweak the sound and modulate the beta input using another attenuated output from Ottilie. That's ready to sample. Bass time. We'll use FH2's simple auto-calibration tool to keep things in tune. The FH2 output to be calibrated goes into Lorelei's volt per octave input, and the VCO output we're using goes into the FH2's X input. We navigate to the calibration menu, click auto-calibrate, and this is the calibration happening in real time. It's quick. We calibrated using the pulse output here. Now that's done, we'll patch the pulse into Ivo. We'll duplicate the gate and send it to both envelopes. We're going to be using Aloysius as the amplitude envelope this time, so we'll patch that into Persephone. And Amelia is used as a plucky filter envelope going to Ivo. The output of Ivo goes into Persephone. Ottilie modulates Ivo's second CV input and the PWM input of Lorelei. Ivo is set to 3-pole mode for this patch. Let's sample this. and we'll also sample the second version an octave up. We'll use Aloysius as the amplitude envelope for the pad like we did for the bass. We'll use the pulse output again and we'll patch this into Beatrix. And from Beatrix into Ivo in 3-pole mode again. Via Pandora into Persephone. Oddly modulates Ivo's cutoff and the pulse width of Lorelei and the frequency of Beatrix and Pandora's beta input after a bit of attenuation. We'll sample 2 sequences with this pad to create some chords. Finally, the lead. It's easy to set up the FH-2 to add portamento to the output. Just navigate to the portamento menu and adjust to taste. We'll patch the first sine-shaped output of Lorelei into Sicily, and Sicily into Ivo, which is back in 2-pole mode. The output of Ivo goes into Pandora and then into Persephone. We'll use both envelope generators in the same way as before. So Aloysius opens the VCA and Amelia opens the filter. Modulation comes from Otley. We're modulating the wave shaping in Lorelei, the centre input of Sicily, and the cutoff of Ivo. We'll play this live over our jam. Now let's put everything together. So, as we've seen, the Expert Sleepers analogue range is a versatile collection of modules capable of producing a wide variety of sounds. Thanks for watching.